Ever wondered how your C code actually talks to hardware? In this video, I'll explain how register addressing works underneath the hood, and how we can use these addresses to read from and write to registers in embedded bare metal programming. Register addressing actually works similar to a city addressing. Imagine you have a big city with several regions and a lot of streets, and each individual houses are registers. For example, over here I have GPIO-A registers, and here's the address range for GPIO-A registers. By the way, this is a hexadecimal numbering system. If you don't understand how hexadecimal works, I have a video right here. You can check it out. But microcontroller registers use hexadecimal for addressing. There are no street names in a microcontroller, so that's why we have these huge numbers. You can imagine GPIO-A registers located in this street right here. So let's say this is our GPIO-A registers, and each house is a register. And over here we have GPIO-B registers, and they're all located here. So what we're given here, this is actually from STM32 reference manual, we're given an address range. All the registers for GPIO-A, if you're not to set GPIO-A registers, you would have to go to these addresses here. But how do we find out individual address for a given house, given register? So if I want to write into this house here, or this register here, you'd have to grab a mail and grab an envelope, write that specific address that will get your mail directly to that house. When you mail a letter to somebody, you don't just put address range on an envelope. Usually, you have a specific address, you have a specific name, and that helps the post office deliver your mail effectively to the exact address that you have. It works exact same way in register addressing in a microcontroller. But how do we find out a specific register addresses for specific registers? Okay, to find out individual houses or individual registers, we need to dig a little bit deeper into reference manual. So here's our GPIO-A, here's the address range, and here are the registers. Here's the first house, here's another one, here's another one. So these are all individual houses or individual registers that we're writing to. Now let's say we want to write to this register here. We want to mail a letter to this register here, which is bit set reset register. What's the address of this bit set and reset register? We don't have a full address, but we have an offset right here. So what's this offset? Offset is 0x18. So how do you actually calculate the exact location of this register? What you need to do is take the first start address. Here's the start address. It comes from over here, start address. And then we literally add the offset, which helps us to arrive to that exact address that will help us to write or read from this very register. We want to write to another register, let's say O speed register, output speed register, would need to use this offset. So offset is just you add something on top of your start address. Now let's take a look at actual reference manual, and I'll walk you through that exact same process to find out the exact register addresses. Here's the big scary reference manual. It's actually not that bad. Once you understand how things are laid out, it becomes much easier to navigate through this document. But let's do the exact same process we just did and find out the registers that we need. So we're looking for GPIO-A registers. The way I like to do it, I navigate through the bookmarks here and look at this chapter 2, system memory overview. So memory is where our addresses are usually, and because they are all memory mapped like a giant city. Memory organization. Okay, let's scroll through. Oh, we see something interesting. We see hexadecimal numbers, and actually, yes, this is the addressing. Peripherals, what we're interested in. Okay, we don't see our GPIO-A here, so we can scroll down a little bit. GPIO-A. Oh, look at that. GPIO-A is actually right here, and here's the exact address range we were just talking about. Okay, so all we need here is actually the start address. Okay, here's our start address. We're gonna grab start address and we're gonna navigate to GPIO chapter where the registers are usually. So here's chapter 8, general purpose IOs. Perfect. Oh, come down, registers. That's where we wanna be. Alright, when you click on registers, you can actually expand this here. You'll see all the registers we were just talking about. There's the mode R, there's the output type, here's the output speed register. We're interested in bit set and reset register, which is down here somewhere. Oh, there it is. Perfect. Here it is, bit set and reset register. And guess what? Here's the offset that I was just talking about. So in the reference manual, wherever you go, when you click on registers for any peripheral, you will see these address offsets. That's it, there's nothing to it. If you enjoyed this video, you may want to check out another video similar to this where I walk you through how we read from and write to registers. So please check that out. Thanks for watching.